welcome back to Jay's Gamepad, everybody. All my G's, all my gamers out there, welcome back. First and foremost, I like to ask if you could please like and subscribe and hit the bell notification if you like my content. So before we get into this review, I just want to make it clear that I have played this game on the PS4 Pro and I have put in at least 50 to 60 hours into Devil May Cry 5. That is really sick. I love that. Anyway, so with that being said, let's get into my review of Devil May Cry 5. Basically, I'm a big fan of Devil May Cry. Big fan. I loved the first game. The second game was meh. Devil May Cry 3 is my personal favorite Devil May Cry. Well, not anymore, but it was my favorite. And you had Devil May Cry 4, which was a bit lukewarm, better than Devil May Cry 2. Then you got Devil May Cry 5. And normally you watch reviews, people be talking positively, negatively about the game, then by the end of the review you wait for 4, 5, 10 minutes, then they give it like the score, and sometimes you're like thinking, okay, well, some of what they said didn't quite add up to the final score. Or sometimes you just want to come on the video and just hear someone's quick opinion about it and just get the score quick. And do you know what? Fuck it, 9.5 out of 10. Now, like I said to my partner in crime, Freezer Girl, and to my brothers, is that if the year was to end right now with only Resident Evil 2 and Devil May Cry 5 coming out, I'm a happy man. I'm a very, very happy man. And do you know what? Congratulations, Capcom. Fucking back. You're back. Fucking finally back. You finally brushed all that bullshit that you was doing before, and you found yourself again. Capcom are back. This game is fucking amazing. This game is so amazing. Basically, I've literally played it 3 times. I've gone through the game 3 times. I first started playing it on Devil Hunter, which is meant to be hard, and then I played it on Son of Sparda, which is meant to be extra hard. Then I went back and played it on normal. So I played it 3 times on 3 different levels, and I wasn't bored. At no point in this game, during while playing this game, there was no point I was bored. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I enjoyed playing it. I enjoyed playing, playing with the character, like the 3 different characters. I thought it was quite cool the way that they had, the way you got these 3 characters and it kind of like, intertwined and showed different perspectives of the same story. Like, that was quite clever. Obviously, games have done that in the past, and Capcom's made games where they've done that, but it's just like really quite clever the fact they've done that. And even the story and stuff, the story was actually really like told quite well. I would say in terms of Devil May Cry storytelling, other than Devil May Cry 3, this is probably one of the best, the best told story in terms of Devil May Cry, So if you don't really know, you play as 3 different characters. You play as Dante, Nero, and you play as a new character called V. And obviously Dante is just a god. Like, when you open up all his moves, there is nothing you can't do with this Don. Like, he's basically Sparda, what I'm saying? He's basically a god in this game. And Nero is the same Nero from Devil May Cry 4, but they've just enhanced him. They've given him way more shit, way more stuff. It's just like Nero is ridiculous. He hasn't got as much as Dante, but he's got a lot. And you don't realize how much he's actually got until you actually finish the game. Because as you're playing it, you unlock moves and stuff like that. But when you get near to the end of the game, something happens, and you kind of realize that by the end of the game, Nero's moves list is just crazy. Like, you can do a lot of Nero, but compared to Dante's like, he's up there on a whole different level in terms of the moves and things you can do and the diversity. V's character is very like his fighting style is completely different. Like all of their fighting styles are relatively different, to be honest with you. But V is completely different. More laid back, has his demons, his minions fighting for you, and he goes in for the kill. That's basically V. And to be honest with you, before, like when I was watching the trailers of this game, you know, I didn't know what to make out. You know what I mean? Like, what to make of the trailers and the characters. You know, I wasn't particularly a big fan of Neuro from Devil May Cry 4. I love Dante, always have, and I suppose I always will. And introducing a new character V, I just didn't have. I don't know. I just couldn't like gauge what this character was, and it wasn't until I started seeing gameplay footage of the character and stuff like that. And when I was looking at the trailer, you know, watching V fighting and stuff like that, I kind of thought to myself, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy playing a character like that. Like, he seems pretty basic and quite boring. But when you actually play with V, he's really, really cool character to actually play with. It's so weird because it's like night and day, you know, like between V and Dante and Neuro. But it was so fun. And you know, the way the game is like, you know, you've got 3 characters, like I was saying before, and you basically do different chapters with different characters, and kind of like from their perspective. So there'd be times when 2 characters would be in the same location, but it might just be across the river or across the road or something, and it'd just be from their perspective. And while you're playing, which is quite cool as well, you actually get to see like if I'm V, you know what I mean, like if you're playing as V, for example, you get to see Neuro that's in the same area, but just literally across the, you know what I mean, like across the river or something, fighting, which is actually really cool. So yeah, you know, like, you know what I mean, like I didn't think I wasn't sure what to make out, you know what I mean, to make up of V, but I actually enjoy playing as V. And you know, what I will say about this game is like altogether there's like 20, I think there's 21 chapters including the prologue chapter, so there's 21 chapters and stuff. And it was just fun. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you, you know, like it's been a long time since I've really enjoyed a Devil May Cry game. Last time I enjoyed a Devil May Cry game was Devil May Cry 3, you know. But you can see that with this game, like I kind of like saw a little bit from the trailers, but when you play, you actually get to, you know what I mean, like, you actually get to see it and feel it more. If you play, you know what I mean, if you're into these type of games and stuff like that, you know, you can see that they took certain elements from that Donkey edition, like Devil May Cry, that the one that Ninja Theory made. Like they took certain elements out of there, you know, and just improved on it and made it their own. You know, like I feel like that this game's core and foundation is basically Devil May Cry 3. That's how I feel. Even in terms of the narrative and the story as well, very similar to Devil May Cry 3. But not just the story and the narrative. Also, like the, you know, just like the fighting system and stuff, like with Dante, just enhanced to a whole different level. You know, with they took bits from Devil May Cry 4 with Neuro and the stuff that he can do, and certain elements and certain bits, features from that game, and they've taken even stuff from like games like Bayonetta, for example. Like there's a bit in the game where you can basically go to this place called the Void, and you can just practice moves and stuff and stuff like that. And that's from Bayonetta. Like when the game was loading into the stage, you actually was in this like weird void kind of place, like a similar place like in Devil May Cry 5, and you got to just like practice your moves and stuff. So you was like, this game has taken really cool, like the best of the best elements, features from practically all Devil May Cry games, even Devil May Cry 2. Have taken all the best features and aspects, and they've just put this into this container, and they've molded it like clay into this beautiful statue. You know, they found all these different elements from all over the place, and they made something beautiful. And this is probably the best Devil May Cry game that I've played. Like, or if it isn't the best, it's up there with Devil May Cry 3, because Devil May Cry 3 has got a very close place in my heart. A very close place in my heart. I would say, to be honest with you, I don't really have that much negatives. You know, that was the only thing I would say is like with characters like Trish and Lady. You know, if you've played like the previous Devil May Cry games, or Devil May Cry 3 or whatever, you know about Trish and Lady, and you don't really get to play as them. I thought you might, but you don't and you can't. But I'm kind of assuming there's gonna be some DLC maybe that will allow you to play with Trish and Lady, because they are in the story and they do run off and do certain things, and you kind of see them at certain points in the story and stuff like that. And they're incorporated into the story in a different aspect as well, which I will not go into because I don't want to spoil it for you. So like they wasn't just, you know what I mean, like they weren't eye candy characters. Like they were actually part of the story and narrative in a certain aspects. But there were certain parts where I kind of felt like they were a little bit underutilized, you know, and they basically just sat on the sub bench and stuff at times. But it wasn't really a bad thing. But me personally, being a fan of Devil May Cry, I would have loved to see them incorporated more and more consistently into the story and into the game. Like, I feel like they probably could have found a way to keep them more into the story and more relevant, shall I say. The only other bad thing, I suppose, if you could say it's a bad thing, is that when I first started playing it, I thought to myself, do you know what? Because when you start the game, it says you can play on normal or you can play on Devil Hunter, and it says, you know, if you played Devil May Cry games before, then play Devil Hunter and stuff. And when I played Devil Hunter, which is meant to be hard, might I add, because there isn't an easy, normal and hard. It just starts off being normal and hard and stuff. And when I was playing it in hard, it felt like I was playing it in normal. And like with these type of games, or with Devil May Cry games, should I say, like these games, like they give you everything with these characters. Like this game is basically you just killing demons in the most stylish, craziest, fucked up way ever. You know what I mean? While looking good. You know what I mean? Doing it with finesse and grace. Like that's what this game is about. It doesn't matter how hard it is. It gives you the tools for, you know what I mean? Like it literally gives you the tools, you know what I mean, for you to combat and get in and out of any situation. And this was the first time where I had personally played Devil May Cry, or apart from like the DMC game that Ninja Theory made, that no one particularly really likes, to be honest. This is the first Devil May Cry game that's in this continuity, in this timeline, where like when you play it on normal, or you play it on hard, should I say, it just feels like you're playing it on normal or kind of easy. And I get why Capcom wanted to do this, obviously, because they want to encourage more people to play it, the casual gamers and stuff. So people who are not particularly into this genre of game, they want to entice you to play it, and when you play it, you can enjoy it. And I get that, and it's fine. But as my friend told me, shall I say, reminded me, you know, it's all about bloody Palace, baby. It's all about bloody Palace. So yeah. You know, so I'm not particularly too fussed about that, but it's just something I kind of noticed, and I hadn't really noticed it before in any other Devil May Cry games. But times have changed, and obviously, if you want a game to do well, you want to kind of open it to a wider audience. Yeah, and I suppose this is probably the last negative thing I'm going to probably say about the game, which is a little bit annoying, something that's happened recently. So all this controversy about censorship. Now, for those out there who might not be aware of this, was it for the Western PlayStation version? They've actually like censored it. So basically, like there's a scene, for example, where you see Lady and she's naked, but she's covered in some like this goo and stuff, like this white goo, and you don't see her flesh because obviously she's covered by glue, but she goo. But you know what I mean, but she's naked. They don't censor that, but there's another scene where you see another female character called Trish, and she's butt naked, but you don't see any private parts. It's like camera is kind of like low behind Trish. You can see her like her bum, her ass and stuff, but you can't see anything. Nothing really graphic. And they put a lens flare on it. And to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was actually playing this game, I actually didn't really notice it. I just thought that was just the style. I don't know. It just didn't really I didn't notice it. It didn't bother me and stuff. It was after the fact. After I think it was when I probably halfway playing it like through my third run, that the news came out and stuff. And in terms of playing the game, it didn't hinder the game or my experience as a game. But after the fact, it kind of annoyed me a bit, because this is like art, like music, films, games. It's different art forms, and you don't, like, art isn't meant to be censored. And the thing that I find really annoying is that why would you censor something when you've got a rating, with the game's got a rating 15, 18, T for teen or whatever it is on the box. Why would you still go and censor it? And and the thing is that the Western version on the PlayStation is the only version that's got it. The PC version doesn't have it. The Xbox version does not have it, and it's something that PlayStation kind of like has forced on Capcom, like Capcom Europe or Capcom in America or whatever, to do. And I just find it really annoying, because I'm an artist myself. I do graphic design, and if you're artists, and for those that consume art, like, we all know that we want to experience it the way that the artist intended. And I just find that a little bit annoying. But like I said before, when I was playing the game, I didn't notice it. It didn't bother me. It didn't affect my experience. It was just something that I just thought I'll bring up, because something happened after the fact. So yeah, they're like the only bad things, if you can call them bad things. But yeah, I thought the pacing, what was it like in terms of the pacing of the game and the story was really cool. Oh, another thing as well, the music, the soundtrack is actually really good on this game. Obviously, I don't know if you've probably heard it, but there's a tune called Devil Trigger, which actually becomes Neuro's battle theme. So when he fights, it comes on and kind of builds up and stuff like that. And Dente's got one. V's got one that I actually really like. To be honest with you, I actually think V's battle theme is actually the best one, to be honest with you. I can't remember from the top of my mind the artists, the musicians that actually did the 3 theme songs. But yeah, V's one's my personal favourite. I do like Neuro's one, but I like certain aspects, like certain, like there's certain versions of it I prefer more than others. And the one, like the main one that's out or came out before the game came out, I only like certain parts of it. So, but yeah, generally I thought the music and the soundtrack was really, really good. I thought the villain was a really good villain as well. I won't go into details, so I don't want to give anything away. But the villain, yeah, there was a trailer where just the sound of his voice and the way he was speaking was just on some next level god shit. I just loved it. Oh, you will die, something like useless human. I will show you. I will show you despair. But it's the way that this character, like this, like the villain was actually speaking, and the way he's saying it was just really cool. Like the acting in this game, like the voice acting is really, really good. Up there with Resident Evil 2. And do you know what? Yeah, and graphically it goes hand in hand. Like the graphics, the RE engine, baby. I love the RE engine. I think the RE engine is an amazing engine, and you can see it's crazy because Resident Evil 2 just came out not so long ago, and the game RE2 looks amazing, but Devil May Cry 5 looks that much just a little bit better. It's like they're improving somehow. It's just the RE engine is an amazing engine. The fact that they made a game RE7 to RE2 to Devil May Cry 5, different types of games, system-wise and stuff like that. First person, then you've got the third person, then you've got it's just really, it just looks really amazing, and it's showing you how diverse the engine is, and the fact you can use it for different kinds of systems and things like that. Yeah, so but graphically this game looks amazing. It just looks so real, so realistic, and I think that helps with the voice acting as well. When they speak and their lips move and and pronounce the words properly, and you actually see it, and just the facial and just the stages and the world. Like I said before, with the way that certain parts of the stages and the world might move and morph that's from that Devil May Cry Donkey Edition that Ninja Theory made, where the stage was moving. It's like they took that and kind of used that, because that's one of the best aspects of that game. Graphically, in terms of the stage, that game looked really good, and then they took that and it's okay, we'll take that, but we'll do it better. So yeah, yeah, I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. Yeah, so graphically the game looks amazing. The voice acting, the voice actors, I don't know who you are, but done an amazing job, and I'm just happy. I'm actually really happy. The fact I got to play this game 3 times and I was not bored at all, and to be honest with you, I'm probably only scratching the surface. It wasn't the surface in terms of this game. Like, this game has got everything for everybody. If you're a casual gamer, you just want to pick up and play it and have fun, you can do that. If you're a hardcore Devil May Cry gamer, player, you know, you play games like Bayonetta and whatever, and you love that in-depth system and being able to just do what you want and to bend, I mean, like to bend and break it sometimes and whatever, this is the game for you. It's got so much, and I can't wait. I can't wait to be playing as, you know what I mean, like playing Bloody Palace and stuff like that. Like, so this game has got a lot. So yeah, man, you know, this is basically my review. If you haven't played this game, I suggest go and play it. If you don't have the money, and you know, there's a demo out there, whether you're on PlayStation or whatever, there's a free demo you can download and play it. So I recommend for you to go and try that demo out, and you know, and get a feel of it if you haven't already. And yeah, and if you haven't got this game, or you're thinking about getting this game, what the fuck are you waiting for? Go and get this game. This game is amazing. It's a 9.5 out of 10. That's a very high score for me. You know, it's like, for me, it's a perfect game, you know, but art is subjective. So, and I don't really believe that anything is perfect, because as an artist we strive for perfection, but you never really achieve it. And as an artist or even scientist, that's what keeps you driving, that's what keeps you going. So in my mind, I don't really believe in perfection, but for me, it feels like a perfect game, and by far probably the best Devil May Cry game out there, if not, like I said before, up there with Devil May Cry 3. So as I was saying, go and get this fucking game if you haven't got it already. So that was my review of Devil May Cry 5. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, again, please like and subscribe and hit the bell notification if you like any of my content. You can also hit me up on the socials, Twitter, Instagram and Twitch, and I guess I will see you and speak to you real soon.